Hello, America, and welcome to another episode of World's Worst Billionaire. Who will take the crown today? Could it be Elon Musk for buying an election, dismantling the government with Doge, and spreading anti-immigrant racism around the globe? Sadly, no. He's disqualified because he's a trillionaire. What about Mark Zuckerberg for sowing division with his Meta platforms? Or perhaps the Ellison family for turning news outlets into propaganda machines? Or maybe Peter Thiel for hating democracy? Today's winner is Amazon founder, executive board chair, and biggest shareholder, Jeffrey Preston Bezos! Here are 4 things that make Jeff Bezos the worst of today's billionaires. Number 1, Bezos is ripping you off. Antitrust authorities in Washington, D.C. and many states have repeatedly found evidence of Bezos' Amazon punishing sellers on its marketplace for offering lower prices on other websites, like Walmart or Target. According to a recent lawsuit by the California Attorney General, when Amazon spots a competitor's lower price, it apparently tells the brands to demand that rival sites raise their prices or else have their products buried on Amazon.
In one example, he claims Amazon sent Levi Strauss links to khaki pants being sold for lower prices on Walmart.com. In the message, Amazon allegedly said it hoped these can get resolved over the next few days. The next day, according to the Attorney General, Levi Strauss reported back to Amazon saying it had spoken to Walmart, and Walmart had partnered with us to raise the khakis price up to $29.99 immediately.
Third-party sellers on the marketplace also reported being charged excessive fees and getting strong-armed by Amazon into using its shipping services, even if it can find a better deal elsewhere. Amazon had allegedly been able to exert this pressure because of its massive market power, leading to higher prices for you. Number 2, Bezos bends the knee to Trump. What also distinguishes Bezos among today's other billionaires is his pathetic sycophancy toward the worst president in American history. Bezos made headlines for cheering Trump on at his inauguration, while Amazon helped fund it with a $1 million donation. And then Bezos' Amazon shelled out $75 million for the box office bomb Melania, with at least $28 million going to Melania herself. Amazon is reportedly even looking into a reboot of The Apprentice with Don Jr. as host. And when Trump announced he was seeking corporate donors for his gilded White House ballroom, Amazon, of course, chipped in. And then there's what Bezos has done to the legendary Washington Post. He bought it in 2013 and has turned it into a Trump media suck-up, blocking its editorial page from endorsing Kamala Harris in 2024 and limiting how it can cover American capitalism or Trump. In 2026, Bezos' Washington Post fired more than 300 Post journalists, about a third of its staff. As Trump's chaos, corruption, and tyranny have engulfed the nation, Bezos has so far defended Trump's second term.
And I think he is a more mature and more disciplined version of himself.
All of this bribery and flattery has helped Bezos get favors from Trump's regime, like the dismissal of labor and antitrust investigations into Amazon. Meanwhile, number 3, Bezos benefits from corporate welfare out of your pocket. Bezos' corporations get some of the biggest tax breaks, subsidies, and government contracts, and that includes nearly $65 million since 2025 for Amazon's AWS cloud computing technology, which helps fuel ICE and Border Patrol's deportation machine. It also includes billions of dollars for Bezos' aerospace corporation, Blue Origin, and more than $17 billion in tax subsidies for Amazon in 2025 alone. Are taxpayers benefiting from all this investment? Are good jobs being created? Debatable. In 2018, Amazon announced it would build its second headquarters, and then came a national bidding war in which cities and states promised huge tax breaks and subsidies to win over Amazon, which in turn promised tens of thousands of jobs. Virginia won the sweepstakes, in part because it agreed to pony up $750 million in taxpayer funds toward the development of Amazon's second headquarters. And yet, Amazon, which promised to create 25,000 new jobs in Virginia by 2038, is wildly behind its pledge. In 2025, its second headquarters actually cut jobs. The same can be said of Amazon overall, which has announced 30,000 job cuts since October 2025, as it invests heavily in AI. And speaking of jobs, number 4, Bezos is shafting workers. Amazon workers are among the worst treated in America. Roughly half of Amazon's warehouse workers struggle with housing costs and putting food on the table. They also have an injury rate that's 30% higher than the industry average. In April 2026, an Amazon worker apparently collapsed on the floor of an Oregon warehouse. When a co-worker tried to do CPR, a manager told them to get back to work. Amazon disputes this, but for more than an hour, employees said, they were instructed to keep working as their co-worker lay on the floor. The man, aged 46, died. One manager reportedly told workers, just turn around and not look. Sickening, but sadly unsurprising. Meanwhile, Amazon spends a fortune on union busting to stop its workers from organizing for better pay and working conditions. It spent over $26 million on anti-union consultants in 2025 alone, the highest figure ever reported by a corporation in a single year. Folks, Jeff Bezos isn't one of our era's worst billionaires simply because he is super rich. No, it's because he uses his immense wealth to wield an indescribable amount of power over our politics, our economy, and our lives. So what can we do? Boycott Amazon and cancel your Prime subscription. Oh, and share this video. Amazon's internal slogan is, work hard, have fun, make history. Its employees are not having fun, and they're working harder than ever. And it's time for all of us to turn the obscene level of wealth and power that Bezos has achieved into history.